We're rolling and good.
Up and running on Twitter too?
It would appear so, yep.
All right, let's let her buck. Off night pod, giddy up. Got Your Back Pod Stream is brought to you by Mr. Dirk. From casual wear to suits and formals, Mr. Dirk helps you find the perfect fit with the right look for any occasion. Step up your wardrobe at MrDirk.com. What's going on, folks? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday night. Off night podcast, no games, at least for the Oilers. So, given it's one of our last ones of the season, we'll have a little fun tonight. Yes, we will talk some hockey, but we got some other business that needs to get sorted out and settled here on the pod, and we're going to take some time and do that tonight. Really looking forward to this one tonight. We got Jason Strudwick, we got Rob Brown, both in the home studios, and we've got Steve Taylor checking in from Kelowna as well. Gonna have a little bit of fun tonight. As always, this show is brought to you by Play Alberta, where it's always game time. Bet on sports, find your new favorite slot. You can hit the tables, play on a virtual table with a live dealer, get your lottery tickets, and do it all safely with responsible gambling tools. Deposit today, you get a $50 free bet with the code GYB03. Visit playalberta.ca. How about that schwanky new logo of theirs? That is tight, and it looks good on the app. Have you seen it on the app? Oh, that really sharp new branding there from Play Alberta. I'm coming at you from our home Adrenaline Diesel studio, Edmonton's premier heavy-duty diesel truck repair shop specializing in powertrain tuning, performance, and parts sales. Visit adrenalinediesel.ca as we welcome in the motley crew for tonight's show. Guys, I love breaking down hockey and I love game night pods. I love digging into it. I love getting into fights about things. I like taking both of you on. I like beating both of you more often than not. I love all of those things, but this is not necessarily one of those nights. The Oilers are embarking on a road trip, and we're going to dig in on that once they get out there. But tonight is more a night to have a little bit of fun and settle some other things, I would say. So Struddy, is the candle lit?
It's always lit, buddy. It's like the Olympic flame. It never goes out.
Struddy comes in with the bass there. It's always lit.
Yeah.
What's going on
I was
there,
having a pretty big drink. I got some 7-Up. What are they? Grapefruit flavored 7-Up. So pretty heavy guns coming down. I know what's going to happen tonight. Start drinking those.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Brownie, what's going on with you, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I actually got to spend the afternoon with Struds. We taught some young children at St. FX this afternoon. Struddy was on fire. I'm out with an injury, so Struds had to take charge today, and he had some of the best drills you've ever seen. Oh, these kids were learning like they've never learned it before.
Yeah, life-changing. They'll be flying. They'll be buzzing for their next time they're on the ice.
That is a wide range of skills they would be taught with you two on the ice. Like a wide range of offense, defense, what to do, what not to do in each zone, Brownie.
Well, literally, Struds only knows from the blue line in, and I only know from the blue line in as well, just opposite ends. There's really no neutral zone that we talk about because neither of us were ever really in the neutral zone. So these poor kids are either going to go off the glass and out. They're not going to back check, and they're going to go top shelf on every shot. So that's what these kids are learning. We have three strengths.
Yeah, that's enough.
Shaping young hearts and hockey minds. I love it. Okay, gentlemen, tonight on the show, I kind of want to lay this out for people. Like I said, it's an off night for the team, so we're going to talk about a lot of different things. I have been feeling a little bit down lately. My confidence on the show has been a little low. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every single poll we do, I lose. Every single argument we have, people dunk on me and say that I've lost. I am getting a little bit tired of taking loss after loss after loss on this show that I started. I find that agitating. And so I got thinking the other day, I was looking at this off night pod and I'm thinking, what is a poll that I have a chance to win? Like, I just want to win one poll on my own show, just one. So I got thinking about it, and I was thinking about what am I better at than both of you? And what do I know I'm better at than both of you? And that if we put to the public, we can show them that I'm better at it than both of you. And the answer to that is coming up in the breakdown, brought to you by Alberta Ram Dealers. The 4x4 winter event is here. Get up to $11,200 in total discounts on a 2024 Ram 1500 DT Bighorn at your Alberta Ram dealer. See your Ram dealer today. Ryan, you're the Sean Horkoff of the show. Yeah, go ahead. I'll just absorb that compliment.
That's a nice thing. I'm going to suggest that you believe you're more wordy than both of us. Am I close?
We should actually do that as a different poll on a different night. Who filibusters the most on the show? Who talks for the longest? Whose last name is Rishaug, says Heart of a Leon. Okay.
You know what?
Here's my submission. Here's my submission, guys. And I think I got you both licked on this one.
Okay.
I believe with every fiber of my being that I am a better actor than both of you. Now, we've done content together. We have done content together, and we're about to see it, where each of us had to summon our inner thespian and put on some acting chops. You guys know what I'm talking about. Does either one of you want to just own this and admit it now, or are you going to fight me on it?
Well, you've been acting like you know hockey for 2 years on the podcast.
That's it. That show's over. That will not be better than that. We're done. Good night, everybody.
Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Play Alberta. We really appreciate everybody joining us tonight.
Turn it.
We will not be back after the game in a couple of nights. Maybe Struds and Brownie will be back. All right, Brownie. All right. So this will be the content in our YouTube poll. We're going to submit the evidence right now. And as soon as this is done, Steve is going to put the poll up. We're going to allow you to vote on it. Voting will be closed, Struds, just before we release Brownie from the show tonight and when we have the actual final results. So just so you're clear, Struds, the poll will close just before we let Brownie go. So
we all know.
Just so we all know. Here is the submission. After season 2 of the pod, before season 3 began, Struds and I cut a promo introducing Rob Brown as our new co-host. Each of us had to do some acting. Please watch closely. Pay attention. Facial expressions. Natural vocal patterns. Natural body movements. Pay attention to all things. I give to you our promo for season 3. Pod was fun this year.
It's great. A lot of fun.
Do it again.
I'm in.
Another season?
Another season.
You know what, though? We need to do more. Like, let's hit it hard this year.
How much more?
Double. We were 2 a week last year, give or take. Let's go to 4 a week this year. Grind them out.
Okay, I love it.
I'm a little worried we're going to get sick of each other, though. That's a lot of FaceTime there, buds.
It's a lot of quality time together, yeah.
What if we mix it up a little bit? Like, what if we find another person to kind of throw into the mix?
I like where your head's at, but there's only one person that would help raise the bar.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get him, though, man. Like, he was a way better player than you. He's better at doing this media stuff than you. He's high profile, like...
Yeah, those are all true, but my personality is way better. So it'd be a nice ad.
I don't know. All we can do is ask. Like, if he can do it, he can do it. If he can't, he can't. But he would help us.
Yeah, let's take a shot.
I think we do it. All right. You want to call him or should I?
I don't like rejection, so you call him.
He doesn't pick up my calls. He ain't answering, man.
He'll answer, but I'm nervous. It's like the first time I call a girl. What's he going to say?
Are we making a mistake?
Not if he says yes.
It's not too late. Should I? No. Should it just keep it us? Like, it was good. We don't need
It was
them.
really good.
Oh, Brownie!
Hey, Ryan, how are you, buddy? Hey, is that Hoggy back there? Great Hoggy? Oh, no, sorry, Struds. I keep getting my great Kamloops Blazers defenseman mixed up. You're a little taller. That's me. I'm me. Sorry. How you guys doing?
Solid, Brownie. Good to see your face, man. Struddy's got something he wants to ask you.
Yeah, we're looking for another wingman for the podcast, the Got Your Back podcast. Would you want to be a part of it? You.
Oh my God. Like, it would be a thrill for me, but I'm just thinking right now, my wife is the president of the Jason Strudwick fan club. She says it's a lonely club, but she is his biggest fan. If she knew that I was actually on with Struds and you, Ryan, dream come true. Yes, 100%.
Yes?
100% yes.
Yes.
100%. By the way, I'm sending you a mug, and I think we got a hat.
I don't have a
I got some golf balls. You're gonna get all the good swag.
I've got nothing. That's unbelievable.
Well, work your way up the food chain, buddy. Hair, makeup, technical stuff. We got to build you a studio. Like, this will be a major, buddy.
You had me at hair. Haven't had it for 20 years. I'm pretty excited about it.
Mix in some push-ups. You're embarrassing yourself. Talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Everybody want what we got. Living so good like Viva. Grin so big we cheesing. Yeah, we dreamers and we dreaming. Grateful is an understatement. You're the flower growing in the middle of the pavement.
I mean, that drone footage was tight at the end there too, boys.
I've never seen that before, that promo. Like, seriously, that's the first time I've
Never
ever
watched
seen
it?
it.
How not?
No, I've never seen it. I'm glad I got a better microphone now than I had back then. I never got the coffee mug. I didn't get the golf balls.
And the set
Didn't
is
get the
exactly
hair.
the same. The set has not changed 1 ounce. We didn't invest
No, that's
any
good.
got your back money in your set.
Well, we had a flood down here, so there's a bit of a mess down here. But no, that was really, really good. Actually, Shogger, I was quite impressed. You are certainly going to be on the podium here. You will certainly be on the podium. You'll be in the top
podium.
3.
Struds, you want to admit defeat yet ahead of the votes?
No.
You wanna just concede?
I mean, there's some things that you want to desperately try to win, and this isn't one of them. I
Neil
honestly
Garrity.
act.
Can I vote for the tennis ball?
Yeah.
Shut up, Dale.
If he wants, if this is important to you, I listen, listeners. Let's give this guy the win. Let's get him a victory here. He's been suffering from a very severe case of gout.
No. Don't you dare soil the vote. I want y'all to vote with your hearts, not out of sympathy for me. Don't do that, Struts.
No,
I don't want sympathy votes.
But voting your heart is sympathy, right? That's what you say. Use your minds, use your detail. I mean, who was the wittiest? It was Brownie and I. That's clearly the best looking. I think we know that. I don't have to even say it, but you know what I mean? Like, I want you to win this. I want you to get a win because the jokes have been bad. That, oh, geez, can you break a 20 or whatever it was? Like,
okay, that wasn't the punchline. I don't want your charity votes. Don't vote for me unless you truly believe that I was the most skilled, entertaining actor in that promo. Lick Fury says, Paul, how many times did Rishaug drop the ball during this promo? 1 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 10, or 11 plus. Well done. Weird handle, but well done. Gomez says everyone who votes for Shogger gets a hat. That is not in the budget. That will not happen. What else we got here? Can I vote for the tennis ball? We saw that one already. Struds throws the ball off to the side. Yeah, I noticed that after two. And it was really hard to edit because we had to get everything we said in time with the ball being thrown. So it was actually a pretty complex edit as well, which, I know that there isn't a best director category in tonight's award show, but I would suggest maybe there's a potential award there as well. D. White says Shogger obviously needs a win. Just give it to him, chat. It could be your good deed for the day. D, I don't want your sympathy and I don't want your charity. Do not vote for me if you do not feel that it is necessary. Steve, hop in. Let's get this poll done. Brought to you by DeBoer's Golf Shop and Fitting Center. The snow is melting again, and golf season, it'll be here soon. 2025 equipment is now fully loaded in the fitting carts. DeBoer's is booking fitting 10 days in advance, so call now to get your spot. Get fit to play your best by the team dedicated to helping you play better golf. Visit them at 5311, 99th Street here in Edmonton. Steve, pretty simple poll tonight, bud.
Yeah, the poll simply is, and the Oscar goes to. Your 3 options are Brownie, Shogger, or Struddy. So vote for the best actor.
By the way, an honorable mention on this. Steve, are you able to just bring up a freeze frame of when Struds is sitting on the couch? Like, can you play the video and pause it and then bring that up?
Probably, yeah. Let me see what I can find.
That we can talk over? So, Struds, I don't know if you knew Zuby did this, but when you and I first did this, Struds, there was a microphone sitting on the couch right next to you in order to get the audio, capture your audio. Mm-hmm. And Zuby, being the maniacal perfectionist that he is, did you even notice that he did this? He actually superimposed a fake cushion into this shot the entire time. And you guys didn't even notice it. Steve, can you get it up?
Yep, I'm working on it right now. One sec.
Okay, sorry. Awkward question to ask you there.
Yeah, that was.
Hand the man a ribbon already, says Leighton.
Participation ribbon.
Look at that.
Oh, I see.
That is a fake cushion by Zuby. There's a microphone sitting there.
And it matches the other pillow I have on there.
I know.
Those aren't pillows. Hey-o.
Oh, jeez.
What do you got beside you there, Studs? Is that yours or is that Shogger's house? The Blazer
That's
stuff.
Shogger's house, yeah.
Oh, it's from was that his Memorial Cup years, Shogger's?
Honestly, bro, you might not last 3 segments, buddy. You might be out of here by the end of this one. I'm tired of you already. I am tired of you already. I know. It's pissing me off. All right. Well, get your vote in. Coming up in our next segment, we are going to talk a little bit about the Oilers heading out on their road trip here. We're going to talk about some injuries. But also in our next segment, we're going to do a little differently. Each of us is going to ask the other a question about the Oilers and then another random question. Can be about absolutely anything. So like I said, we're off the rails a little, but we will have some Oiler content in there. Also, our Ask Us Anything segment, Brownie's going to hang around for it. And Steve is going to, in particular, be looking for questions not related to hockey. So if you have questions for Brownie, for Struds, me if you want to, but let's face it, there'll be none for me. Ask questions for Rob and for Struds about anything. Ask them anything, and Steve will pick those out. We might mix in a few hockey ones as well. But as we said, we're all over the map tonight. So that was the breakdown brought to you by Alberta Ram Dealers. We'll be back with takeaways and a whole bunch more coming up on Got Your Back, presented by Play Alberta. For over 60 years, Belvedere Golf and Country Club has been delivering a high-quality golf experience to Edmonton and area. This beautiful private club, located on Highway 21 just south of Sherwood Park, occupies 160 acres and presents a challenging yet adventurous 18-hole design. A beautiful clubhouse, fully stocked pro shop, and warm, friendly staff truly make it feel like you belong to something unique and special. Visit www.belvederegcc.com.
With over 18 years in the industry, Kelly Zaretsky and her team at Blue Summit Accounting deliver client-focused solutions and financial guidance for success in a simple and comfortable way. Whether it's for corporate or personal needs, Blue Summit Accounting can help with taxes, estate planning, financial services, bookkeeping, and more. Get in touch today. Email bluesummitacct@gmail.com or call 780-416-9662.
Travis Farquharson says Brownie 100% wins for acting excited about joining the pod. He was excited. He was excited. He could not believe that he got paid twice as much as Struds in his first year. That's what he was so happy about. Time now for takeaways, brought to you by Horizon Ag and Turf. Your tractor deserves a sidekick. From buckets to mowers, pallet forks to tillers, transform your tractor to get the job done smarter and faster with Frontier attachments designed to turn your everyday machine into multitasking workhorses. Find the right attachments today from Horizon Ag and Turf, your local John Deere dealer. Okay, gents. Boy, if you listen to Chris Knobloch's media availability yesterday, it was like 7 minutes long and 6 minutes and 25 seconds was injury updates. It has sort of happened here, the walking wounded, right? So we know that McDavid potentially joining the team later on the road trip. Ekholm, same thing, potentially joining the team a little bit later on. Klingberg has been banged up here. Evander Kane will go on the road trip because he's been skating with the team and they want to continue that process. Not an ideal situation here, but they are letting people rest up. Struds, which one would you say? Oh, by the way, Frederick also expected to start skating with the team. Which one are you most concerned about, Struds, of all of these ones floating around out there?
Frederick. He's the guy because he's never played with anyone on this team. And he needs to get chemistry. He needs to get up and playing. He hasn't played for quite a while now. And a new team is not easy, especially we're heading to playoffs. So he, to me, is really important to get up and running.
I would go with Ekholm. Ekholm simply because he came back, he had an injury, came back, played, and now he's out apparently with the same injury. And I know that they say it's not like the Kane thing. It's not, this is going to be 100% by playoffs. Well, we also know that sometimes they fib. So to me, he's the one that worries me the most simply because it's something that has happened. He's come back and he's now out again. So that's the one that worries me the most.
Yeah. And I mean, that could be a pretty dramatic effect on this team, Struds. Like when Matthias Ekholm is not in the lineup or if he's not playing well, it really affects a lot of different things on this team, Struddy.
Yeah, the penalty kill for sure. But also, I think he's underrated physical. He plays hard. He's really aggressive in his own zone and the leader back there for that group. So, with him, I'm with Brownie. He's a really important part of this group. And I want to make sure, though, he's coming back really healthy. Because remember last time he came back, guys, he was flying, absolutely flying out there. So I think you want to make sure that I think the rest is good for him. But I think getting healthy is really important. And the rest is the byproduct.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Connor McDavid, Brownie? Like if he's, my guess is this might be a redo of what was bugging him last year. And there's lots of speculation out there. So I don't know that 100% for sure. But, clearly it was something that was bothering him through the playoffs last year. I mean, we all saw in the Amazon video, man, after that Game 7 when he came back in the locker room, like just grabbing at that abdomen and how much it was bothering him and hurting hم. If that is the case and it's a recurring thing from last year, does that make it more concerning, Brownie?
Yes, it does, because at the end of the year, there was talk that there was a possible surgery in his future. It never happened. They thought they'd let it heal up. It obviously,
yeah. And I was told, Brownie, just to interject really quick, I was told there was never a need for surgery. That reporting was a little loose. That surgery was not on the table for him. Anyway, sorry, but continue.
Yeah. So here we are, like almost a year later, and it's funny when he pulled up in the game as he went by Morrissey. It was so obvious. Anyone that's ever played hockey, okay, that's groin, hip flexor area, and it's like he felt something. He got nervous, completely pulled up, and he did not take a stride to the bench because there's that fear. Okay, I don't want to stretch this anymore because I don't want something to snap. Connor McDavid only has one speed, and I mean, Struds and I, we could have a pull groin and we could play with it for months because neither one of us could go fast enough to stretch it out. But power that Connor McDavid plays with, that to me, there's always that fear now that he's one powerful stride away from compromising it. And I mean, he's even injured. He's still, better than 99% of the players in the league. But I don't believe the Oilers right now are as strong a team as they were last year. And they could ill afford to have Connor McDavid anything less than 100%.
We'll go to the Weiss Johnson inbox here, brought to you by Weiss Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning. If it's time for a new furnace, garage heater, or hot water tank, and you're looking to beat the rush on getting a new AC for the summer, act now. It's getting busy. Specializing in servicing your existing mechanical systems or putting in new ones, Weiss Johnson is there for all your home comfort needs. Visit weiss-johnson.com today. Jingle.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Paulie chimes in and says, my hope is Davo is taking rest and extreme caution. We need him. If it's an oblique, an aberrant oblique, it's one lingering problem that can always rear its ugly head for sure. And I think like trying to play your way through an injury, Struds, like players are wired to kind of try and do this. and maybe earlier on in your career, before you've had to put on the playoff miles, you might be more apt to try and grind through some stuff in the regular season. But I wonder how going to Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final would have put these guys in the headspace to think about this like weeks and weeks and weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think going into the playoffs with a lingering issue is probably not what they want. And, you get into game 1, you get hit and you hurt your shoulder. There's nothing you can do. But if you have, like right now, the Oilers, they're not going to catch Vegas and they're fighting with the Kings. But if they don't get it, it's not like they're not making the playoffs, or so they're kind of fighting with the Kings, trying to get that spot. But I think health is priority over getting home advantage over the Kings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what the lineup looks like. They're set to roll out against the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night. Vegas really rolling right now too. So tough test for the Oilers. Okay, guys, let's get to our questions and answers. Each of us will pose an Oiler-related question to the others, and then a personal or random question about the others as well. I'm tired of talking, so Brownie, I'm going to lay it up to you to go first, buddy, with your questions.
Yes.
Okay, for Rishaug, if Stuart Skinner is out long-term with a concussion or struggles coming back from his concussion, can the Oilers win the Stanley Cup with Calvin Pickard?
Yeah, I'm going to say that it significantly hurts their chances, and that's going to sound like I'm, being hard on Pickard. But I'm going to say probably not this year. Now, Calvin Pickard is a guy that would take that challenge 7 days a week and prove the world wrong, and he's been such a great story already that he might just turn around and stick it to anybody. But if you're asking me how dramatically does it affect their chances, it is potentially a deal breaker. No disrespect to Calvin Pickard. So I would say that's a pretty significant one. Streds, you want to weigh in on that one?
Yeah, the answer is no. And that's not disrespectful, but he's been a great story, but he's a backup. He's not a starter. And there's a huge difference. And the players in that room, or on any team, who the backup is. So great story. He's playing, every third game or whatever it is he's playing, but no. But I'd say that about any backup. Like if the Winnipeg Jets don't have Connor Hellebuck, is Eric Comrie going to win them a Stanley Cup?
No, they might not win the first round.
Well, and I think I was a 6 or 7 team man, so people kicked me in the nuts too. But that's just the reality. That's where things are at in this situation, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to give Struds his hockey question, or do you want your personal one? Jogger.
Oh, yeah. Go the hockey question, and then we'll do the 2 personal ones after.
Okay, Struds. Which D-man could the Edmonton Oilers ill afford to go down with an injury come playoff time?
Well, we just talked about him, but maybe it's a little too obvious.
No, take the obvious one.
I think it's Ekholm. I think he's the guy. I think he just touches so many parts of the game, and he's calming. I think he helps out all the other D. Penalty killer, like I said, more physical than during the regular season. I think he's the guy. Yeah, I don't think you can afford to lose that guy.
Yeah, I'm right with you on that one. Okay, Brownie, go your other 2.
Okay, Rishaug, you were on vacation with the beautiful Randine. You were mid Settlers of Catan with 2 other couples.
Okay.
And you get a text from a buddy who says, "We just got onto the private course in town. You got 30 minutes. Can you make it?" Do you leave Randine and the Settlers of Catan game to go play at a private course with your buddies?
Are the other guys coming with me? Like the other guys, or am I ditching the rest of the party?
Just one guy, just you. But it's the private club. It's the top club. We're talking wonderful.
Am I winning at the time the call comes in, or am I clearly going to lose? I need details.
I don't know how you win Settlers of Catan, so I am not sure that one.
You win just by showing up and playing, Rob. It's a win for everybody. No, I wouldn't ditch the whole party. No, I love golf and I love a private course as much as anybody, but no, I'm not going to be that guy that walks out on the
Pebble
party.
Beach.
But fair question.
Pebble Beach.
Oh, Pebble Beach. I go. Yeah. Bucket list stuff you're going to go for.
There isn't a course you don't, or a course you don't leave to go play. It's Settlers of it. You can play it anytime you want, or Settlers of what is it again? The Mayan Riviera, whatever.
The Mayan
You just
Riviera.
leave and go. You leave and go. You don't even think about it. The game will be there when you get back.
Brownie, continue on.
Struds, if I were to ask the lovely Shona what your Struds' greatest attribute is, what attracted her to
Don't
you,
do this.
what would she have said?
Why you gotta do
crazy.
this to us?
That's like asking if Michael Jordan can dunk. You know, like there's so many things. Can he jump high? No, we just talked about this the other day with another couple, and she said, I'm steady. And I don't know if that's the best quality, but it's steady and predictable.
Not smart, not good looking, not funny.
Just said, no,
so when she's out for dinner with the girls and they're all chit chatting about their men, and it's time for her to dish on you, she says, he's just steady.
He's
steady. You know, in a windstorm, I can just grab his arm and I'm not blowing anywhere. He's just steady.
All right.
He's like,
I like it.
In a song, right? Just steady, never changes. So that's what she said today.
Nice.
So, not ideal.
Okay, let's pick up the pace. Struddy, your turn.
Okay, Shogger, after seeing the way that players are playing away from Connor and Leon and kind of how they're playing freer, does it make you more inclined if you're the head coach to play 97-29 with, you know, not Hyman, someone, or Nuge, someone further down the lineup for indefinitely because of how well they play together and how others are playing a little bit freer away from them?
No, I still think the formula day to day is for those guys to be on separate lines. And I think that's where the most success will come from. But I would not be shocked to see McDavid and Draisaitl in the first round against LA playing on the same line and potentially with a surprise player in there. Maybe it's we'll see where Frederick's game is at. We'll see where a few of these other guys. But I could see McDavid, Draisaitl, and a bit of a surprise, which allows that other, you know, Nugent Hopkins and those other lines like you're talking about to keep biting a bigger piece off of this thing, Struds.
Based on a player's every forward on the Oilers, offensive instincts and their shooting ability, which Oiler is not scoring enough with their hockey IQ and their skills?
I like that question.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins. I think his skill level is through the roof. I think he's the ability to be a 30-goal scorer every season. He isn't this year, but to me, his skill level is up there with the tops of the world, and his hockey IQ is through the roof. So to me, it'd be RNH.
Personal question, Shogger. When I was growing up, people like Dan Rather and Peter Mansbridge were clean-shaven. And I'm not sure when, but at what point did it become more widely acceptable for, you know, broadcasters or media people to have 5 o'clock shadows? And I like it, make it clear, but I don't remember seeing a hair on anyone's face, and I don't know when it changed.
Yeah, and so you're not talking about, you know, goatees or beards or mustaches. You're talking about stubble, and that's kind of been, I've done that for the last couple of years. I would say, if you want to know the truth, I would say it was kind of like in and around that time where cancel culture was a very significant thing, where it was like every time we turned around, someone was getting canceled. I think what happened is people became a lot more careful about what they were willing to say to one another. In other words, there would be a day in my career where it wouldn't be shocking at all to get a call from whoever, a boss or someone that was like, hey, you know, really love that coat you were wearing today. Never wear it again. And your hair looks funny, so please change it. Right? That would have been par for the course in the TV world years ago. I just think the standard changed for what people were willing to say to other people. So like nobody's called me and said, hey, clean up the 5 o'clock shadow. It's a choice I've made, something I'm more comfortable with. So I would say right around that time, Struds, when we all started getting a little bit more careful about what we were willing to say to each other.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I like it. I will say for one, I don't love people with mustaches, but that's a long ways away from a 5 o'clock shadow. Sorry for everyone who's listening who has a mustache. Brownie, your personal question. Your son is into the arts. He's an actor, a singer, does a whole tons of things. Did you ever participate in anything like that, or did you ever wish you would have?
Oh God, yeah. I wish it would have been musicals. I was in drama all the way through high school. I love theater. I wish I could be my wife and I talked when I was getting older. Maybe I should join one of the local
Yeah.
theater troops and do it with like other adults and stuff like that. So yeah, I would love to. I would love to. I'd still love to. My son's got an audition next week, and I'm like, I should come and audition with you. And he giggled at me, but yeah, I would love to be in theater. Although the problem is now my memory's so bad, I would never remember any lines. So I'd be ad-libbing the whole time. Yeah.
We got to have him on the show one of these days, man. He'd be dynamite on Got Your Back, Benny Wood. So maybe we'll try and line that up, Brownie, at some point.
He's not funny. People don't think he's funny. I don't think he's funny.
You don't think he's funny? Well, I bet he doesn't think you're a good actor. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like.
He did a video. We made a video for Struds' roast, and my son was a former Jason Strudwick hockey school dropout, and it was quite funny.
He destroyed me. Destroyed me. I was always so kind to him too. I'm not kind anymore.
Love it. Scott Thompson says George Michael started the sexy stubble. Just ask my wife. Dallas Scarlett chimes in and says Schauger has tenure. He can do what he wants now. Yep.
Fair point.
Starting over at 61 says screw you, Struddy. LMAO. I assume starting over has a mustache. Did not know that starting over at 61 was sporting a stash.
Sensitive. He's sensitive.
Okay. Rolling right along. Robbie Brown. I will ask you, who do you think will maintain a higher level deeper into their career? McDavid or Draisaitl?
Leon Draisaitl.
Okay. Reason why?
I've been on the Leon Draisaitl's bandwagon since the first year they sent him to the minors, and I said this guy is going to be great. And they're both superstars. I mean, I can't go wrong with either one, but I'm going to not take the easy choice. I'm going to say Leon Draisaitl.
Struds, what do you think?
Oh man, I want it. God, I'm going to go Connor. I think that Connor will come back to not come back to the herd, but he'll slow down a bit. But I think he's just so smart. He just understands the game so well. He'll find a way to, like Sidney Crosby, to affect the game in so many different ways.
Yeah, I wonder about durability too. Like which one of them will sort of break down as they get a little bit older, right? Draisaitl probably deals with more contact game to game because he likes it, he welcomes it, he leans into it. I wonder if he'll break down a bit faster. But it'll be really interesting to watch these guys in the later stages of their careers. Struds, if you could go back. Oh no, that's not it. Where's your other question?
Someone's not prepared. It's okay.
No,
Relax.
Wait a second here. What is it? Where does I can't read my questions?
Just gotta think of one while I'm pretending I can't find it.
Oh, that was the person. Okay. Okay, Struds.
Yeah.
No, I came up with the homework. I did do the homework. I just didn't write the second question down. If Evan Bouchard has a similar playoff to last year's playoffs, should that give the Oilers the comfort level they need to do 8 years at a dollar figure north of $10 million?
Well, after saying Jake Chikrin's deal, I think that's probably where she starts, if that's what kind of deal you want to do. If he has a similar playoffs, yes, because that's twice he's risen his game up and done it. So, and the guys know him, they trust him. So I would say yes.
All right.
I agree with Struds. If he has the same playoff as he had last year, then he's earned it. If he doesn't, well, now you got questions. But if he has the same playoff 100%, he's earned it.
Neil Garrity liked me forgetting what I was supposed to say. He says line, which I think is something that actors say. Ace 96 says, let's get back to some proper infighting. He doesn't like all the niceness happening on the pod. Don't worry, it's coming. Okay, Brownie, of all the teammates that you have had over the years, if you were in a jam, a bad jam, and it was a teammate that you were reaching out to, which teammate would you call?
Ooh. That's a good question. I guess it all depends on what I'm looking for. Am I in jail? Am I in a tough spot solutions. Physically? Yeah. Is it money that I need? Oh God, that is a really, really good one. I'm going to go with the jack of all trades, Phil Bork, because I have a feeling that Phil Bork could get me out of a lot of different kinds of jams in a lot of different situations because he's already been there. So yeah, Borky, the big 2-9er from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Love it. Okay, Struds, if you could go back and redo your entire career wire to wire as an Edmonton Oiler, would you erase all those other stops, all those other experiences to have been an Oiler start to finish in your career?
Yeah, I think I would have. Being at home would have been amazing the whole time, and that would have been a really good time. Yeah, I mean, that's no shot intent to other teams I played for. I do think, though, playing at home when you're as a young player would be really hard. I don't think that would have been healthy for me. I like the nightlife. I like to boogie, so it would have been a bad. I think I would have been out a lot
on the disco floor.
Yeah, so I don't think I probably wouldn't have had an NHL career if that's the case. But yeah, I would have done it. Yeah, sure. But
Love it.
But not young guy.
Not young Struddy. Young Struddy needed to get out there, spread the wings a little bit. Okay, that was Takeaways brought to you by Horizon Ag and Turf. Interesting exercise. Maybe we'll have to bring that one back. I kind of didn't mind that. I thought there was some good hockey content in there. I feel like I know you both a little bit better, so that's good stuff. Okay, when we come back, we will have Brownie Points, Struddy's World, and Ask Us Anything. Again, fire your questions into the stream. Make them not hockey related. Let's do that tonight. Lots more still ahead on the show, presented by Play Alberta.
At Gallery Dental, we believe in blending exceptional care with artistry to create the perfect smile for you. From routine cleanings to advanced cosmetic procedures, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch care in a relaxed and comfortable environment. With state-of-the-art technology and a passion for perfection, we ensure that every visit is a positive experience. Join the Gallery Dental family and let us help you achieve a smile that you'll love to show off. Contact us today at secolandentistry.com.
At HSE Core, we are dedicated to providing unparalleled safety compliance services to small and medium-sized businesses through our monthly health and safety program management, including managing contractor screening registries and core auditing services. Let HSE Core Services help you maintain a safe workplace for you and your valued employees. Visit us at hsecore.com.
Ready to go all in this season? Mr. Dirk's got you covered with express on-site tailoring, a wide selection of craftsman-made suits, sport coats, and casual staples for every occasion. Score big with Mr. Dirk. We've always got your back. Visit us off White Ave, south of 102nd Street, or browse online at mrdirk.com.
You're back. I am so excited to be here as a
Man, I almost Struddy's World intro. Hold on one sec.
You got the Struddy's World intro?
Here we go.
When you make a mistake, heads should roll. It's not right. And I'm here. Someone has to put their foot down. Now that I say it out loud, it does sound a little crazy. God, I look good.
Yes, it is time for Struddy's World, brought to you by DLR Vinyl Products. As Alberta's #1 vinyl product supplier, they offer top quality materials to build a fence or a deck that will not rot, fade, or fall apart. If you need a skilled contractor to take care of the job or prefer a DIY approach, they can help set you up with everything you need. Locations in Calgary and Edmonton. Visit them today at dlrvinylproducts.ca. Brown A? Or Struddy? Sorry.
Yeah, either. I'll take it. I'll take this one. It takes a big man to admit when a mistake was made. And the Cleveland Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, admitted today that he made a mistake, that he, quote, and I quote, took a big swing and missed with trading for Deshaun Watson in 2022. He goes on to say, listen, I think this, I've said this numerous times, Deshaun Watson was an entire organization decision, and it ends with co-owner D. Haslam and I, so hold us accountable. A couple problems here. Number one, If the whole organization thinks that was a good trade at that time, that's a hard one. If you remember, he was having a few legal difficulties. They trade from, he suspended that first year for 11 games, comes back the next year, gets hurt, his shoulder, only plays, I think, 7, and came back and played last year, then blew out his Achilles, so he's out again. It has been nothing short of a disaster, complete disaster. So I'll give credit for coming out and, saying, yes, it was a swing and a miss and was a mistake. And I'm not sure if Deshaun ever play for him again. They'll be paying him for it seems like 1,000 years. But my question is a thought process to bring that player in. And when I hear that the whole organization was in favor of it, guys, I think you got to probably take a hard look at your whole organization to think that there was no one thinking, what about the legal issues? No, it's just 20 some women. What happened there? So I was shocked when I heard that today, guys.
You're right, Struds. It was, there's sometimes where, we drafted this guy and, now that we look back 5 years later, who knew? I mean, he was big, he was fast,
Right.
but you didn't know. But everyone knew when they signed him. Everyone's like, what are traded for? What are you doing? This guy, I mean, he should be in jail. Like, how are you trading all of these? And then we made a mistake and we gave him $250 million guaranteed. You know what? Sometimes I make a mistake and I order the wrong thing at Tim Hortons. But if I don't like the coffee, I can go back and say, okay, it was $4. I'll go get a different coffee. He paid $250 million for a guy who had to get out of the state that he was in because it was lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. And I agree with you, Strud. I didn't even think of it when you said that way, when he talked about the whole organization agreed with it. Then you have a problem with your whole organization. Everyone else in the world thought it was the dumbest move ever. And that's going to haunt this organization for a long, long time. $250 million guaranteed. And you're right, he may never play there again.
What do you think about coming out and saying it, Struds? Like, years later, kind of coming out and doing that. What do you make of that aspect of it?
You know what? I think if I was a fan, I'd say, okay, he finally admits it. He finally admits that it was a mistake, and then it's like it's over. So we all know now that the owner believes what we all know is true, that it was a mistake, like that. And I think that gives you at least a little bit of peace. But and I think I'm glad. If I was a fan, I'm glad that he's done it and just admitted it, because it was a terrible move at the time, and it's proven to be probably worse as it gone on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was Struddy's World, brought to you by DLR Vinyl Products. A little football action. All right, let's shift focus to Rob Brown and Brownie Points, brought to you by Hamel's Premium Jerky. If you're looking for a delicious way to support your team, club, or cause, Hamel's Premium Jerky offers an easy and profitable fundraising opportunity. Support your club and support Canada with this Canadian-owned business. Raise funds with a high-quality product that everybody loves. Contact them today at albertajerky.com.
Well, all right. Let's start off here with 27 brownie points to the Los Angeles Kings, led by Warren Foegele, former Edmonton Oilers' 21st and 22nd goals of the year last night. The LA Kings set a franchise record with their 27th home win of the season. If there is any reason for the Oilers to want to finish well here, let's think about the LA Kings. They are 27-4-4 on home ice. They are 14-19-5 away from home. So the LA Kings, a very, very good home team. I got one huge, big brownie point to former Oiler Kyler Yamamoto, who scored his first goal of the season yesterday, or either today or yesterday, with the Utah Hockey Club. It hasn't been an easy ride for Yamo since he's left the Edmonton Oilers. Let's hope that this is the first of many more for Kyler Yamamoto. I got 999 brownie points to the tennis ball that had by far the most hair out of any of us in that promo. I got 890 brownie points to the grade 8, who scored last night to pull within 5 of becoming the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. Now, to put this into context, how many goals he has, if you combine the podcast NHL goals, Shogger's, Strud's, and mine, we are only 687 behind him. And if you throw in the great Teemu Selanne with Shogger, Brownie, and Struds, we would still trail the grade 8 That is how many goals Alex Ovechkin has. And finally, I've got minus, and I'm doing this one last because I want to talk about it with you guys. I'm glad Struddy didn't talk about it on his Struddy's World. Minus 5,000 brownie points to Florida Panthers defenseman Nico Mikkola, who I don't know if anyone watched it last night. The Montreal Canadiens were playing the Florida Panthers. The Canadiens were winning 4-2, 3 seconds to go in the game. The puck goes into Florida's end, and Nico Mikkola takes a slap shot head high from in front of his own net, trying to shoot it down the ice. Normally in a hockey game, 2 or more goals, pucks in one end, players start turning and skating towards their own net. The game is over. Mark Messier, one of the greatest celebrations of winning a Stanley Cup. I think there was 11 seconds on it when he started throwing off his gloves and stick. No one on the ice is ready for it. Takes a headshot going the length of the ice. David Savard, veteran, fortunately, kind of looks back. He has to dive out of the way. The Canadians go nuts. They go after Mikkola. And now you got all these Florida Panthers protecting a guy who just did something really, really stupid. So the NHL today, he shot a slap shot during game time, and the NHL still fined him $5,000, saying that you guys, that's just a being dumb fine. So I ask you guys, to me, I saw it last night. I'm like, that is so stupid, so dangerous. And if I was one of his own teammates, I would have lost it on him in the dressing room. So I throw it out to you two, what you guys thought about it.
Struds?
I always got frustrated when I had to go and defend someone for something that there's no reason to do it. I think I've shared the story, but Bertuzzi and Aslan were playing in Minnesota Wild. We were out there and we were killing them. And they went after this Brad Brown and we're all over him. And finally he snapped and chased him down. Old Uncle Struddy had to go in there and fight these two, fight this guy for him. And I was happy. I think I was like +1. I just wanted to get through the game. I went in there after. I absolutely gave it to those two guys. Like, don't ever make me do that again when I have to fight for no reason. And they felt bad. But it's over. Why do I have to fight for you for that? You're just like, you know what? You did it. You go and fight the guy. So I hope next game, Savard goes up and to Mikkola and says, hey, we're going. And the Florida guys are like, yep, you got him. This is on you. You made this mess. We didn't. You clean it up. And he's a big guy, so it'd be fine. But it bothers me when you have to clean up someone else's mess that there's no need to clean up.
Yeah, it was really bad. And I love the fact that even though the play on its own is a legal play, the league is recognizing how stupid that was and hammering him. And I think part of the reason why, like, I think there would be retribution, and I think he'll probably have to drop the gloves. And, that's part of how the game polices itself. But I think maybe that takes a little bit of heat out of the rematch as well. Like, everybody knows, the league stepped in and admitted it was dumb. He gets embarrassed. He gets a fine. And then it'll get taken care of next game. So, yeah, that was a tough one. Now, those were brownie points brought to you by Hamel's Premium Jerky. Reminder to get your vote in on the poll. Which of the three of us has the best acting chops and earns the Oscar tonight? We'll wrap that up after our Ask Us Anything segment, but let's get to that right now. And that's brought to you by BJ Electric Supplies. Founded in 1976, they're a full-line distributor providing quality wholesale electrical products for use in industrial, commercial, and residential settings. Proudly owned and operated in Edmonton. Visit bjelectric.ca as we welcome in Steve Taylor. I'm going to put you right on the spot, Steve.
Yeah.
If you were voting on the poll tonight, you saw the promo. You've watched it multiple times. Who are you voting for? Get off the fence, Steve.
No, I would legitimately vote for you, Rishaug. And I will say I studied drama myself. I went to acting school, so I'm a bit of a thespian myself. Based on that promo, Rishaug gets it.
I had multiple drama teachers in school recruiting me, wanting me to be in the program because they knew it would be a natural fit. I was too busy with my hockey schedule, but I was being scouted by the drama teachers in the various schools that I was in.
You know what's funny is I played hockey as well, and I was in drama, like I was in theater, and I couldn't tell any of the hockey guys about the theater world back then, and I couldn't, like, they were so far apart from each other. I had to sort of, live two different lives almost. So I'm surprised to hear that both you guys did the same thing. Well, now, now for sure. I don't know. I had less.
Maybe could have been good at the other one.
I wasn't good at either. I wasn't very good at either one. We could, we know that.
All right, buddy. What are the people saying tonight?
Well, when we were trying to figure out what the poll was going to be that you thought you were a shoo-in for, some of the suggestions that came in the feed, Gomez thought it might be for the best ad reads. That's pretty good. You
Thanks,
have the best
Gomez.
ad reads.
Yeah.
Lick Fury again. An unfortunate handle says Settlers of Catan strategies. You definitely would have that one down.
I have my black belt.
Michael
Black belts in
East Coast.
Catan strategy.
Michael East Coast says not necessarily golf, but sim golf.
Yeah.
And this one could hurt Struddy because Mike Corky says he's the sharpest dresser.
Oh, wow.
No, he probably is. I don't think I'm a good dresser at all. I don't. You don't need to put a beautiful frame on a Van Gogh, guys.
I'm trying to find Henrik Lundqvist. Damn it! I need to have it closer. Now it's not going to be funny.
You are an absolute horrendous dresser. Is this guy blind? I hope you have a great day.
Well, he has no personality. That guy has no personality. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
Hank's lacking in a lot of areas.
Can't have it all.
All right. Penner's Pancake says, question for all three of you. Favorite all-time go-to restaurant? Let's start with you, Shogger.
I've spent a lot of time at Joey's over the years, I would say. They had the chili chicken there, just always kept me coming back. So I would probably defer to that one just because there's one close to our house and I've lived here for 20 years. So yeah, that's the one for me. Love long shots though. Love long shots as well.
In Edmonton, I like Zin, TZIN. I really like that place. And Bodega here in St. Albert. Those are my two.
I hope my last meal is at Earl's. I've had so many good meals over the year. And I just hope 50 years from now, I'll wheel in there and I have the same meal, Santa Fe chicken salad. And then they just push me out and I just expire in the car. I'm done. That's like a million meals at Earl's. I love that
Choke
place.
on a cherry tomato and that's the end of you.
No one's last meal should be a salad. That's my.
I know. I'm still trying to keep it tight here.
You still got to keep it tight.
You guys are talking to a former Earl's bartender. Don't know if you knew that or not, Struds. I was a bartender at the Kamloops Earl's.
Ooh. You know what? I'll say this. You bring that up as much as Stauffer tells me about his tree planting days.
Move on, Steve.
Okay.
Move on quickly.
JL says, sorry, he's just busy laughing at his own joke. He's still here. JL says, ask us anything. What's your weirdest encounter with a fan? Let's start with you, Brownie.
Oh. Ooh, I had a...
Did he have one?
Fan.
That someone knew who he was.
Okay, actually, here's a good one. Long time ago, Mark Reck and I, we were in a bachelor's auction on stage, and the girl that bought me, when we went out for dinner afterwards, she went all goth, did not talk the entire time, and she had a straw she kept dipping in her drink, and she'd pull it out and she'd pull it back and flick her drink on me the entire dinner. Never said a single word for 2.5 hours. And Mark Recchi, he had a girl that bought him, and she was like the nicest, sweetest. And then Rex says, "Let's go dancing." I'm like, "No, let's not go dancing." So we went dancing, and goth girl just kept flicking her booze on me. So that was the weirdest thing I had with a fan.
Just a couple of years ago, I was at an Oilers game, and I do have trouble peeing when we're all standing there together. Anyways, I had stage fright, and because there's so many people in there, right? So this guy reaches over and he grabbed my shoulder while I was trying to pee, and like, you want to talk about shutting down the hose, just not a peep was coming out of there. And then I had to pretend that I had peed, and then I went to another bathroom. But imagine putting your hand on another man's shoulder when he's trying to pee. Like, it's just, what are you doing? So uncomfortable.
My go-to move, if I know you and you're standing at the urinal, like if you're close, if you're a buddy, is I'll give you a shove in the back.
A light shove. So good.
Just a light shove just to see if you maybe end up soiling yourself a little bit. That's my go-to move. I wouldn't call it fans because I don't think that's the people that follow me on Twitter. That's not the right word. But a number of years ago, I accidentally tweeted my phone number, and I still get regular text messages from probably 3 or 4 different people from me having done that. So I wouldn't say it's awkward. Like, we actually have some nice conversations now. So tweeting my phone number to the Twitter followers, I think, was probably created some awkward moments for me.
All right. Kick-Ass Canuck from Twitch is wondering, Struddy, do you still have your red Swedish jeans? if that was you.
Yeah, you know what I did? I think when I was there, I did buy them. I mean, those Swedes, they can dress, man. They are really good dressers. And they put some snug pants on. Like I'm talking no secret snug. And I don't have the red ones anymore. No, I think, yeah. But I did have a red pair, very tight.
Can you imagine, Brownie, if he'd have rolled onto that stage at the UConn event in red tight pants and told that joke?
No one would have heard the joke. They would have been staring at the no secrets.
We might have asked this one before or a different version of it, but Scott Thompson saying, what is your guys' music, band, or artist guilty pleasure? So not just necessarily favorite band or anything like that, but what's your guilty pleasure music that you have the windows rolled up at the stoplight, but you're enjoying it?
70s music. I love 70s music.
Oh,
I can belt it out. I'll have the sunroof open, windows down, down, and I will do disco, anything from the 70s I can sing, and I'll sing it loud and proud.
Yeah, I don't really care what people think about my song choices, and really, quite frankly, most anything I do actually. But I do love the one that I want. Remember, you're the one that I want. Grease. I love that soundtrack.
Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, I've always loved that soundtrack. John Travolta, an absolute
best soundtrack
stud.
ever.
Yeah. So
well, give us a few bars, Struddy. Give us a few bars. You're the one that I want.
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, I got you. Better multiplying. Just nailed it right there. Didn't even warm up the organ either, boys. That's pre-warm up.
Well, if you want to warm up the organ in the next break, we can try again next segment. For me, I wouldn't say any notable guilty pleasures. The one song that I liked that everybody hated was that Firefly song that came out a few years ago. Yeah, it was everybody, nobody could stand it, and I really liked it. And I was in a
I don't remember. Can you sing it a little bit?
Firefly song? Oh,
please.
How did it go?
Pretty please.
I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth. No. I'm asleep. Because everything is never as it seems. Like that.
Wow.
It was,
you know
it
what?
was bad. It was bad.
You have a wonderful
But I
voice,
like it.
Shogger.
Yeah. Thanks,
Shogger,
brother.
you sing.
Thanks,
That's
bud.
very nice.
And
I like
you can
that.
play guitar as well. We were at JJ's house. You guys remember JJ, Jean-Jacques?
Don't tell the story.
No, what? It's nothing offensive. We sat. We played a little bit of
but
guitar.
they'll make fun of it. Even though it's innocent, they're going to make fun of it.
Who
They
cares?
can't be trusted with these stories.
Own it. It's fine.
That's
You sounded
100%
great.
we're
I
gonna
played
make
with
fun of
Shogger. I thought we were going to get something going, maybe a duo, and then it all fell apart. Yeah.
Well, just one thing. Didn't you try to write a Settlers Catan theme song, Shogger? I thought there was some discussion.
Steve, I told you, Steve, not to share our stuff, and then you did, and then that happened.
Our stuff. That was a special moment that I shared, and I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, nope. I'll choose what I'm willing to share to these two meanies.
Okay. Gomez with a good idea for the show. He said the last segment of each show should be a Shogger's last word.
I agree.
Paulie, when Brownie was talking about being in acting class in high school, said, bring up a few of Brownie's dives in the 90s. He took some sort of college acting class.
No, but I got to be honest. I was just a shitty skater. I was falling really. It was just me.
He was trying to turn.
I couldn't turn left. I fell.
Trying to pivot forwards to backwards. Were you a diver, Brownie? Did you dive at all? Were you known to embellish the odd one here and there?
I enjoyed power plays. I played the first power play on every team I was ever on. So when we were on the power play, I was out there. So yeah, I was known to embellish, but only when they were doing something illegal to me. So yes, no, I would embellish 100%. I would.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steve-O, are we ready to wrap up the poll, buddy? Anything else in the inbox that's a must-do?
Oh, yeah.
There's no must-dos. There's a whole bunch more, and thanks for everyone for your questions. A lot of good stuff in there, but we will wrap it up.
We greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's wrap up our DeBoer's Golf Shop and Fitting Center YouTube poll. Who is the winner? The Oscar goes to, if I had a drum roll button, I would push it.
Okay, at 43%, it's Struddy.
No, I'm outraged.
I'm
outraged.
On.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's people. I don't know what to tell you. That's disgusting.
30% to Schauger and 27% to Brownie. So pretty
I only
tight.
beat Brownie by 3%.
I'm sorry, guys.
3%.
Sound. I wasn't even acting. I didn't even have time to practice.
Like, guys, Schauger was one of the top 3 for sure. Put him in there. That's outrageous.
He was, seriously. I told you he'd be on the podium.
All right. So listen, I had a hunch that this might happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
This show skews Strudwick every night. And so I wanted to take it out of the people's hands a little bit here.
Oh boy.
While I'll always respect the DeBoer's YouTube poll, we needed to bring in an expert for this. And given we have an actor in the family, I thought it would be best to get his feedback, notes, and opinion on this. I told him 100% play this straight. I do not want your charity, which he agreed. So with the full breakdown of all of our skills as thespians, the great son of Rob Brown, Ben Brown, with the breakdown.
I am so excited to be here as apparently a resident acting expert. And that is pretty true because I'm a professional actor. Most recently, I played the pivotal role of Nerdy Man in Fire Country. And then I played a slug that had 0 lines in a play here in Vancouver. So I know quite a thing or two. Let's get into it. First of all, Struds. I wanted more. You know, I don't know if maybe it was stage fright or maybe you just didn't know your lines. It kind of seemed like you were terrified. Maybe taking some classes could help because, yeah, it was a bit robotic. I'm going to be honest. Tough watch. Dad, we all know this by now. You love being on camera. I think that's pretty obvious. And so, like, as soon as the camera cut to you, it was like, hey guys, hey, it's me, Brownie. Cool it down, okay? It was a bit too much, okay? Struds is down here, and then you're way up here. You're through off the camera. It just wasn't real. It was a bit fabricated. Now, Ryan Rishaug, well done. I gotta be honest, that was actually really good. I mean that. You were just like relaxed, comfortable. I mean, everything you said felt natural. I don't know if it was improv or if you actually wrote a script, but that's usually a good sign when you can't tell. Everything just felt really, really connected. I can tell that you spent time studying that script and the result was something beautiful. My final ranking is Struds at the bottom. Honestly, he looked like he did not want to be there. My dad, second place, only because you had some stage presence, but it was a bit soap opera-y. And then the winner, Ryan Rishaug, a natural. And if you're ever interested in starting your acting career, come on down to Vancouver and I'll show you the ropes. Maybe we can get you playing a slug in a few years. Anyways, thanks guys.
Oh, Ben Brown. Ben Brown comes in and
jeez.
absolutely crushes it for us, Brownie. Holy smokes.
That's funny. We just had him for 10 days. It was nice having him home. I watched him play the slug. He played the slug to perfection. He was a wonderful slug. He was on Fire Country. It's funny, he had a trailer on Fire Country, and the trailer, he had his own private one, but on the door, it was Nerdy Man. And in the credits, he was Nerdy Man. So I don't know where he gets that because his dad's so cool. So I'm not sure how he got to be Nerdy Man. But I thought he nailed it, especially Struds. I thought he like bang, dead on.
Yeah,
and thank you, Schauger, for the Oilers gear.
It's outrageous. He's got no credibility, Ben Brown. I've never liked him. The only comment I liked is that he said Schauger lacks star power. I thought that was a fair comment. But other than that,
I didn't hear
that's
that.
it.
Schauger is a natural slug. That came in from Neil Garrity. Wow, Brownie, nice performance by your son, says Michael East Coast. Ben Brown earned that check from Schauger tonight, starting over at 61. In the interest of full disclosure, but don't make a bigger deal of this, we are going to be passing along a Starbucks card to him as thanks for contributing to the show, but it was not bribery, and he did not know about it ahead of time. So just in the interest of full disclosure, there was a Starbucks card on the way for him. which he made the point that that's gold to starving actors. So maybe he thinks of it as bribery, but it was not meant that way.
Tough one. So does that mean you've won a poll? Or is
Congratulations.
But he's really never won anything, right? That's an opinion. That's not a win. So we still have to make sure we're clear on that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put a check in my win column, but I'm laying my head on the pillow tonight, feeling better about myself as an actor than either of you should, because we had an expert weigh in on this. There you go.
You're going to watch that right before you go to sleep, aren't you?
Yeah. Big thanks to your boy. He gets first star on the show tonight, Brownie. You came in fourth. Thanks, bud.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. We'll chat with you after the game. There you go. Struds, he was hard on you. Like he was merciless on you.
You know what? I know what it is I've seen him. I don't give him enough attention, and he wants my attention. And
right
when he gets the chance, he rips me. That's just a fact. I'm not even trying to be mean, guys. So I'm sorry, Ben. I don't give enough attention.
All right, a little bit of business left to get to here on the pod. We're going to get to our In the System with Ryan Reed. On the other side of the break, we'll take a lap, and we got our Relentless player still to do as well, and a scoreboard. So lots of stuff here to pack in. But for now, as we go to break, let's get to our In the System, brought to you by Long Shots Indoor Golf and Sports Bar. Swinging to Long Shots, Sherwood Park's ultimate sports bar and golf destination, and it got even better. They're launching their brand new menu. Family-friendly options and a kids menu as well. So whether you're teeing off on their TrackMan Sims or catching a little NHL or NFL game day stuff, they got lots of options for you. Actually going to have a 50th birthday party a little bit later on this week down at Long Shots. So looking forward to that. In the System with Ryan Reed.
The Bakersfield Condors have won their last 2 games, including posting 8 unanswered goals on the Calgary Wranglers Friday. Ethan Keppen led the way with 2 goals and 1 assist, while the defensive pairing of Cam Dineen and Connor Carrick each posted 3 points. Brett Brochu, making his first Condors start, stopped 33 of 35 shots for his first AHL win. Bakersfield finished the season series 2-1-1 against Calgary. Former Peterborough Pete, Brady Stonehouse, and University of Alberta product Josh Prokop each made their pro debuts with the Bakersfield Condors Friday, and Prokop notched an assist. Prokop is on a professional trial contract and has captained the Golden Bears to 2 straight playoff appearances. On Saturday, the Condors beat the Roadrunners 3-2, and Cam Dineen tied the team scoring record for a D-man with 41 points. With the win, the Condors jumped Tucson and sit in a playoff spot with 9 games remaining. Matthew Savoy has upped his play as of late and sits at 4 points, including 2 goals in his last 5 games. The Oilers signed German forward Josh Szymanski out of the Dell. He is the top scorer in the Straubeling Tigers with 40 points in 52 games. His current head coach, Craig Woodcroft, is the brother of former Oilers head coach Jay Woodcroft. The Edmonton Oilers have signed defenseman Damien Karfgana to a 2-year entry-level contract starting in 2025-26 season. The 22-year-old recorded 9 goals and 25 assists over 72 games across 2 seasons at Ohio State. In 24-25, he led the Buckeyes defensemen with 7 goals and ranked second with 28 points in 38 games. Sam O'Reilly has continued his prolific play and has 8 goals and 9 assists for 17 points over his last 10 matchups with the London Knights. I'm Ryan Reed, and that's what's happening in the system.
Ryan Reed. Before we head to break, we're going to get to our UCAN Youth Services Relentless Player of the Night. If you're looking to hire entry-level staff for your company, UCAN Youth Services trains youth in pre-employment skills to get them ready, willing, and able to join your team. Check out www.ucan.ca for more information. I feel like it should be me, Struds, for picking myself off the floor after that shot Brownie took at me earlier on in the pod. I mean, that was devastating in the first couple of minutes of the show. What was it again? I can't even remember. I feel concussed from it.
There were some good ones. He was coming after. There was a lot of funny jokes there early.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're just trying to spread it around, right? I gave him a shot too. Everyone's trying to spread everyone around here. For the Relentless players, go to Mitchkoff in Philadelphia. In the last 3 games, this young man's banged out 7 points. And I believe he had a pretty good start to the year and it kind of slowed down a bit. And now he's kind of cranking out the points again.
What's changed?
I'm not sure if
Struds. What's changed?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, like the rookie of the year. It's an interesting one. I think there's a few that are maybe clearer than him, but he's had a pretty good run so far this year.
Yeah. And he's the Calder will be interesting, right? And his name is kind of floating around in there too. And the kid out of Montreal there, Hudson's coming on.
Hudson,
the Tendy in Calgary there, Dustin Wolf, sorry. So it'll be an interesting little battle to the finish here for the Calder. And if he continues to really, really push, I don't think he would be favored in any way, shape, or form here, but I wonder if he can pull himself back into the a little closer to the top of the race there.
Yeah, and I think it's, to me, it's not clear cut. I think it depends what you're looking at, right? I think it's Celebrini, Dustin Wolf, or Lane Hudson. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for Celebrini, I believe it'll come down to the goalie and the D-man. And like what he's doing, he being Hudson, I think he's 7th all time in rookie points for opening for first year. Yeah. So it's pretty decent. He's still got a bit of runway here to go.
Okay, one more quick segment before we go to break, Struds. I want to take a look at the scoreboard, see what else was going on around the league tonight. That's brought to you by Canadian Club. So I don't know if you've seen their new 58% high proof yet. It's the highest proof Canadian Club Classic to date. It's a full-bodied whiskey with aromas of caramel toffee, spicy vanilla, and a rich oak with a butterscotch finish. That's the all-new Canadian Club Classic 18-year-old high proof, Struds.
The Devils take down the Wild 3-2. That one was in a shootout. The Flyers beat the Preds, 2 non-playoff teams, because there's only 4 games tonight. Currently in the second, the Stars are beating the Kraken. So again, not really impacting the Oilers. Actually, none of these games impact the Oilers. Mm-hmm. And then the pesky Flames, man, I love this team. I obviously, I would like to see them make the playoffs. It seems like they've got some games at hand. They're right now in overtime. They're getting 1 point for sure. Still trying to get the second, 2-2 with the Avs in overtime.
So they have 3 games in hand on both the Blues and the Minnesota Wild. I mean, it feels like it's got to be the Wild they're going to catch. Like the Blues are just on a rocket ship right now.
They are, but I wonder if the Blues can keep that pace up. Yeah. Do they fall flat, or can they keep it up right through the end? So, but the thing is, not like the Flames have been struggling. They're getting points most nights, and it's tough. And I just think, I feel like it's the Wild and the Blues, the Canucks and the Flames will come up a little short. Hope I'm wrong, especially the Flames. I'd love to see the Flames get in.
I like lots of Canadian content in too. I think it's interesting. Looking forward to a Canadian team winning a cup, and the more Canadian teams in, the better. But we'll 100%. See how that shakes down. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll take a couple of laps, and we'll have our play of the night as well. So stay with us.
Specializing in heavy-duty commercial truck powertrain repair, performance, tuning, and part sales, Adrenaline Diesel's professional team is ready to assist you with all of your needs, from the simplest oil changes to engine conversions, overhauls, and engine modifications. Featuring an all-new online parts store and machine shop to manufacture, replicate, or repair parts, visit adrenalinediesel.ca.
So at Timberhouse, our guiding philosophy is naturally inspired living. We believe that through design, we can solve problems and enhance people's lives. We follow biophilic design principles in all of our builds to incorporate natural materials, natural light, to enhance all the spaces in a home. When you have your space perfectly reflect who you are and what you value, and it's made well, we think that that just leads to better living.
Join over 250,000 Canadians who have upgraded to Canada's best mattress. Douglas is proudly made in Canada and ships directly to your door for free. Douglas is easy to set up. Enjoy perfectly balanced comfort and an easy-to-clean machine washable cover. Get a free sleep bundle with your Douglas mattress. Try risk-free for 365 nights. Get your Douglas mattress today.
All right, time to take a couple of laps, brought to you by Acon. If you're a skilled tradesperson or construction professional looking for work in Western Canada, they want to hear from you. One of Canada's original industrial contractors, building some of the largest multi-year industrial projects in Western Canada. And if you need a job They have openings. Fire a resume to trades@acon.com. That is trades@acon.com and join their team. Start building what matters today. Okay, we will acknowledge there was a report earlier on today that the National Hockey League's national rights have been awarded to Rogers. Nothing has been confirmed, so at this point, we're not going to really dig into that, Struds. Bit of a weird conflict for me because I work at TSN. So that'll be something that we talk about in the days to come once things are made official and once it's actually announced. But we're not going to deal with that one specifically tonight. Just wanted to acknowledge that the report is out there. With that said, Oilers did make a signing tonight that Ryan Reed mentioned there in the system.
They did, and this is something that Stan Bowman's talked about needing to do, right? Find players that are undrafted and bring them in. So they find D-man, Damien Carfagna. Carfagna?
Carfagna? I think, yeah.
I think it is. He's a smallish D-man from New Jersey. Played in the USHL for a couple of years, 3 years. Then U of University of New Hampshire for a year, and then moved over to Ohio State the last two. Decent offensive numbers this year, 28 points in 38 games, like pretty decent. But he's 6 feet, about 185. So, smallish guy. So 2-year deal. I'm guessing the deal starts next year. He'll probably go and report to the team and kind of get used to it for what they call a pro trial or whatever. But here's a guy that's smaller and skilled and moves the puck. Or I'm guessing that's what his profile would be. So they added a player and see where he can go. But I think they got to knock on these doors more because they have, like, this year they have 3 draft picks. I think it's like round 3, round 6, round 7. You got to find something. 22 years old, by the way.
They're kind of free at bats a little bit, hey? Like, at a certain point, you just need more at bats to try and hit on some players. And given the fact that they're in this zone where they just keep firing draft picks out the door every single year, you got to give yourself more at bats, because if you're not drafting high, you're going to need more swings. If you're drafting, if you got extra 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks, that's different. So I don't want to say it's like found money, but it's just, it gives you an opportunity. And at that stage in their career, Struds, guys are a little bit more developed. You have a little bit more of a sense for what they might have a chance to be. So it's a little bit less, less long-term prognosticating in these situations.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and he's a left shot. I didn't mention that, but you are getting. He's way different than drafting an 18-year-old or 17-year-old. Like, you kind of have a better sense. This kid's 22, so he's a man. He's fully physically, like, he's a man body, and he'll be able to come in and hopefully develop and join the team at some point. Would be
rocketed up from 6 points to 28. So 34 games in his first year at Ohio State, 2-4 for 6 points, and then ended up with 28 points in 38 games. So offensively, obviously, found the confidence. It'll be interesting to see how he develops as he maybe gets some pro experience under his belt. What else we got tonight, Struds?
Tons of injuries still all over the league. And Paul Maurice today gave a bit of an update on Matthew Tkachuk. And interesting, he was asked about his availability or when he could come back. And he said, he's on track to return for the playoffs, but the exact date could be determined by the team's first round schedule. So he kind of goes on to say that, they're done. Their last game, I think, is April 15th or something, and they could start, maybe 3-4 days later. So that make a difference. If they have that little bit more runway, does that help him kind of get going rather than if they started the next day, which I know they wouldn't. But so there's obviously a little bit of time that they're worried. Maybe he needs an extra whatever, a full 5 days after the playoffs, and maybe start game 2 instead of game 1.
How much of an advantage is it? I mean, I know they're good teams, so it's not ideal to run into each other in the first round of the playoffs. But just from a travel standpoint, Tampa, Florida, especially when you're dealing with injured players, not having to travel those long distances and flights and late nights and all that stuff, buddy, like, that's got to be a big advantage for working on healing a guy up.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And it makes such a big difference when, like, playing in the East, there's way less travel, way more nights in your own bed. I forgot how many more nights I had in New York than I did in Edmonton. Like, it's way less nights in a hotel in the East than it is in the West. Now I think there's disadvantage. I think it's good to be with your teammates, to spend time together, go for dinner, dare I say, go out for a beer every now and then. Like, I think that's important for team bonding.
Yeah, for sure. Flames got by the Avalanche 3-2 in overtime.
Good for them. Honestly, good for them.
A look here. Adam Klapka. Is that the one that got the? Or no, wait a minute.
It was a shootout.
What am I missing here? Oh, it was a shootout. Sorry. I thought it was an overtime winner. Yeah. So
good for them,
there they go. Yeah, the Flames they're plucky, man. They keep on grinding away here. They're making it interesting. And
they got to find some goal
probably
scoring.
not going to happen for them, but
no, they need goal scoring, buddy. They got to find goal scoring this summer.
Yeah.
They got to find some skill.
Okay, time to wrap the show with our Gallery Dental play of the day, offering a full range of services designed to keep your smile healthy. Their experienced team providing personalized care with the latest technology, making sure you get the best treatment possible. Contact Gallery Dental, YEG.com. Struds, play of the day today.
Yeah, I don't personally like this person, but he was good. Ben Brown. Famous actor on the West Coast, came on and ranked us all. He was fantastic. Benny, God, that was good. I hate you for it, but it was damn good, buddy. Good work.
Yeah. Most importantly, Struds, I think what that did is it added some legitimacy to the conversation point tonight, which was who is the best actor on the pod. And I think, as amateurs, we can kind of beat it around, but not really know. When you have somebody of that experience level and that knowledge level come in and weigh in, I just think it provides a firm answer that we should all be able to leave this show agreeing on.
No, for sure. I mean, his level of acting is quite high, right? I mean, he's done some extensive acting. So you want to make sure that he's evaluating you, and he got it right. So, but I can't remember who won the poll. I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ben Brown likes you. That's all that matters.
All right, buddy, get out of here. Let's do it all again tomorrow night after the Vegas Golden Knights. Steve, great job tonight, pal.
Yeah, thanks, boys. That was a fun one.
Gomez says tiebreaker goes to the Slug. Thanks, Gomez. Get all Gomez with a dagger right at the end of the show. Thanks to all of you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We look forward to getting it back on the rails tomorrow. Should be a good hockey game that we have to talk about. So tell a friend and join us after the game tomorrow night. Till then, have a great Tuesday and we'll talk soon. See you, everybody.